of our sacred program is Seek Peace and Pursue It, taken from 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 11. One way we can do this is through our kingdom preaching and teaching work. Jehovah is the God of peace. In fact, Isaiah chapter 54:13 tells us that those taught by Jehovah will have abundant peace. We are taught by Jehovah through the schools that are designed to make us more effective teachers. One such school is the SKE, or Kingdom School of Evangelizers. We have the privilege this afternoon to have with us 3 that are reaching out for this privilege. So let's interview them and see how they can be a benefit to us. So first we're going to talk with Sister Lisa Turner from the Sandy Lake congregation. So Sister Turner, what practical steps did you take in order to enter the full-time service?
Before I entered full-time service, I arranged my affairs so that I would only require part-time work and made a habit of guarding my spending. And about a year before I enrolled as a full-time pioneer or regular pioneer, I enrolled as a regular auxiliary pioneer.
So Sister Turner, what challenges have you experienced?
One of my greatest challenges came just a few days before I was approved as a regular pioneer. I was raised in a divided household by my very zealous Christian mother, along with my 8 siblings. My non-witness father often drank heavily and would actively oppose our Christian activities. Often he would destroy our literature as well as disable our vehicle in an attempt to stop us. As we began to grow into adulthood, we realized that my father had been taking notice of our Christian conduct, and he approached my mother and said to her that he was pleased with the way that his children had turned out. He even admitted to her that there must be something to your religion, and added that he wanted to learn what she had taught his children. So to our shock, delight, and amazement, my dad started to study the Bible, attend meetings and assemblies. He even visited my brothers at Bethel. We were so excited. But just a few days before I was approved, my dad had suffered a relapse and had become very depressed. And to our dismay, my dad took his own life. And for me, it was a shock. It just knocked the wind out of me. And I even decided that I didn't want to pioneer. I told Jehovah in prayer that I really didn't care about those other people. I really wanted the truth from my dad. So when I started regular pioneering, I was simply going through the motions. So another challenge that I faced came some years into my career as a pioneer, when infidelity led to the end of my 18-year marriage to my pioneer partner.
So Sister Turner, you've had to deal with a very tough experience, the loss of a father and then the divorce of a mate. How did you endure?
Well, it was really pioneering that helped me to endure, because as we began to find interest in the territory and start studies, I realized that I really did care about people. And so in prayer to Jehovah, I gave the concerns about my father to Jehovah and focused not on myself, but on their needs to get to know Jehovah. And because of that, the people that I initially thought that I didn't care about, I really did, and many of them are now my spiritual children. And with the spiritual death of my husband, it was the same. By then I had been pioneering for a number of years, so I felt like I was in the middle of the congregation, and the congregation gave me great support. And I had a full schedule of Bible studies and people that were interested. And many of them were enduring the same trial that I was. Some were unbaptized publishers, and I really realized that they needed to see how Jehovah was there for us. So I had to be the example. So I focused on their needs instead of my own. And when the elders reassured me that because of my exemplary conduct that I could continue to pioneer, that was all that mattered.
Okay. And Sister Turner, why would you like to attend the school?
Well, I feel like SKE is such an awesome privilege for single sisters to be trained for 2 months and then to be sent to an area where there's a greater need. It's an awesome privilege that I think we should all look into. And for me, it was an answer to a prayer. Early one morning, I was praying about expanding my ministry when I got the great news about SKE. And since we're living in the last days and in such urgent times, I really want to offer to Jehovah all that I have.
Okay. So now we're going to talk with going to speak with Reggie and Mamalda Walker from the East Frisco congregation. Brother Walker is currently serving as a ministerial servant, and Sister Walker is serving as a regular pioneer. So, Brother Walker, tell us, what are you doing to simplify for the SKE and to qualify?
Well, to put ourselves in a position to qualify for the SKE, the first thing we did was to apply, and we were approved to regular pioneer, and that was serve as a blessing. And then we started looking at ways to simplify our life. We downsized from a home to an apartment, and we also started looking at other ways that we can simplify our finances.
Okay. So what challenges have you experienced, and what has helped you to endure them?
Well, one of my challenges is the pressure that I have to advance in my secular career, and or to take on more projects in my career.
So, Brother Walker, tell us, why not take a promotion? After all, it's going to help you to pay your bills off and advance to your field service career, correct?
I agree. It may help me to take up or to take care of my debts a little faster. But with anything in Satan's system, it comes with a price. Those promotions and those projects usually take more time and not less. And most of the time, you might need more education to even keep the promotion that you get. And so, not to mention the cost that it could easily cost me spiritually, taking away time from my family, my congregation, in the ministry.